Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Halvu, and this is the Halvu Moto vlog. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today's episode is all about all the dumb things that I've been doing within my first year of motorcycle riding on my 2020 CBR 500R. It's just a quick list that I've compiled in the past maybe 5 to 10 minutes. These things happen fairly often, some of them, more often than others, but let's get right into it. Please save your laughter for the very end. I always leave the key in and walk away. I've done that so many times. Luckily, I think I do it more often when I'm home at the garage. The garage is locked and only accessible, the apartment garage via like the remote. You have to have a remote to open the thing. And on numerous occasions, I've just left the little Hello Kitty key in and just walked away. I do it a lot when I go to my friend's house as well. And I've even done it for like quick trips to Target and stuff like that. I'd be lying to you if I said maybe I want someone to steal my bike or something like that. I just want to give my insurance a run for their money. I don't know why I do this. Partly, I think it's because I'm still getting used to just having another vehicle and having another set of keys. And really, I've talked before about building this into my life. Now motorcycling is a thing. I'm not... Other people my age are getting married and they're having children, and I bought a motorcycle. You know what I mean? Like this is big responsibility for me. And, so in that sense, it's something that I've had to live with, especially COVID, man. COVID-19, like the mask thing. I have a mask like in every single jacket that I own, and the places that I frequent, there's like a mask there now. And it's just real crazy. How many times have you gone into somewhere and you're just like, oh crap, I forgot my mask, and you just gotta run back to the car, or just like hope they'll let me in riding my motorcycle helmet. One time I had that helmet on when they had just started to enforce the mask thing for the grocery stores, so it was like the first day that the grocery store around my area was implementing it. And I just walked up there with my helmet on, and I was like, can I wear my helmet? And she said no. And since it was the first day, they were giving out masks, so she was nice enough to give me one, and I got to do my grocery shopping, which was nice. But yeah, so where are we going with this? The keys, so my apartment now, I have to have my house key. I have to have the little clicker, because they only give you one little clicker to open the garage, and it's very small, but I have to bring it with me now, because if I take the motorcycle, then I can't really get in. So if I'm taking the car or the motorcycle, I always have to remember to bring this extra little garage clicker with me. And then it's like wallet. And then sometimes I'll be going somewhere on the motorcycle where I will need a backpack, but then I will forget my backpack. And I live on the 4th floor, and the elevator in this building is so painfully slow. I can't tell you how many times that I've just cussed at myself. And I don't really get annoyed, but it's just like funny. It's just like, damn it, Halvu, it's like funny that it happens so often, and I'm just like such an idiot. But I can't tell you how many times I've like ridden the elevator all the way down, and then I'm like, damn it, I forgot my backpack. Like, I literally can't like do the thing that I needed to do without my backpack. So I got to ride it all the way back up. If someone had called the elevator, it takes extraordinarily like much longer because it's so slow. And, I'm always kind of like forgetting things now. In fact, I don't even lock my apartment door anymore. I live in a very safe, very new community, so I'm really not worried about it whatsoever. But the reason that I've not been locking it is just because like I'm forgetting stuff so often that I'm just like whatever. It just like makes it that much more convenient for me to go in and out. So hopefully none of you guys know where I live. No, I forget I said it. Forget I said anything. Of course, I always lock my door. That's a smart thing to do. Of course, I do that. Next thing I would say. This doesn't happen too often, but it's definitely happened maybe once a month. No, twice a month. Twice a month is a really good number. So I will start the bike and I'll put it in first gear, and the kickstand will be down, and then it stalls or the engine cuts off. And there's like a little wire there that senses it. So I do that from time to time. The gas thing, we talked about filling up gas. I don't just stick the nozzle all the way in and just fill it up. I don't even know if you can do that in California, because I don't know if there would be enough pressure applied to the little boot. When you fill up gas here in California, there's this little rubber boot that you have to really, you have to make sure it's pressed all the way down before the gas flows. In my car, I can just jam it in and then put the lock on and it flows. But I don't know if it'll necessarily do that, because with the motorcycle, it's like pretty much vertical, completely vertical. So I don't know if you just drop it in there, if that's enough like weight or pressure to really keep that hose engaged. but I've never tried it. So I always just kind of fill it up manually, and there's this little metal bar that goes across the gas tank, and I'm not sure why it's there, but maybe it's specifically so that gas spits back out at me when I'm not doing it absolutely correctly. But I always have a little, I always snag one of those little paper towels when I fill up gas, which is probably not the most environmentally friendly thing to do. So maybe I'll just, I'll work on it, guys. I'll work on it. Okay, I'm only human. I'll work on it. Probably the worst thing on this list is I roll stop signs pretty much religiously. And if anybody out there is like a judge or a cop or something like that, just obviously know that that was just a lie. I'm just doing this for entertainment reasons. And, I obviously completely stop at all stop signs for all of you official law enforcement people out there. But, I drive a manual transmission car too. So I've already had this bad habit of just kind of rolling stop signs when I can. And when I can, I mean that obviously like no one is trying to like turn in or anything like that, If there's if there's like a four-way stop or something like that, and the dude in front of me does not have his blinker on and just I assumed he's just going to go straight, I will roll the stop sign. And it's nothing like crazy. Like I'm not blowing past these stop signs, but like in the manual transmission car, especially on the bike, I don't want to put my foot down. I don't want to be in first gear. My car is not that powerful enough to where I can keep it in second gear. Pretty much as long as the wheel is even turning the slightest bit, I can keep it in second gear. And the bike is pretty much that same way too. If I roll it, I can keep it in second gear and not have to put my foot down. So I tend to do that. Of course, I'm a super safe rider, and I don't want you to follow my example. So again, basically everyone just forget I said that. I'm just making stuff up at this point, and I obviously come to a complete stop at all stop signs. So leaving the blinker on, maybe I kind of do that. Sometimes I leave the blinker on. It's not as crazy. I watch a lot of YouTube motorcycle videos, and I've noticed even, I feel like this is a common thing that people do. Like even these experienced riders, they tend to do it in their videos a lot. For me, I don't always use my blinker unless I'm kind of in a situation where I'm kind of close to somebody and I'm really kind of asking for permission for them to let me in. As opposed to just really like letting people know. So, if it's a situation where I need to ask for permission to get into their lane, I'll put my blinker on, and sometimes I'll forget to click it off, but it doesn't happen too much. Another thing that always kind of plagued me, especially when I was first starting out, is whenever I had to brake hard and kind of suddenly, maybe it was like a yellow light that caught me off guard and I was going a little fast, and then I would have to suddenly brake, I would always forget to downshift, because it would have to be a quick downshift either way when that happens. You're just kind of not ready for it, going a little bit too fast, just click, 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 that kind of situation. I've noticed that even on my last bike, I don't know if this happens on all bikes, but the transmission kind of like locks up. If you just come to a complete stop and you're like in sixth gear, it doesn't really want to click all the way down anymore. And my bike has a gear indicator on it now. Now it's just like, if that happens, instead of being a numerical thing, it'll just kind of error out and it'll give these two dashed lines to like signify that something's wrong. And for me, I've noticed that I can just roll it, or what really helps is letting the clutch out just a little bit and not all the way. And then I can hear it click. And then when I can hear it click, then I can start moving down the gears again, and then just get back into first gear. And, hopefully it's just not like a quick light where it turns like, I remember when it first happened on my CB300, I was just kind of like nervous and freaking out. I didn't know what to do. And, I was kind of on the spot, and I'm not great on the spot, just at the light, and the light is green now. And I know people are going to start honking soon. And I have the temporary plate on my motorcycle, so I know that they know that I'm a new rider. And I'm just like, oh my God, so, learning experience. But definitely, if that ever happens to you guys, just let out the clutch a little bit and you'll hear the transmission click, and then you can resume your downshifting. The last thing I would say is just parking surfaces. Generally, like, I'm pretty nervous when I park the bike on an uneven surface or like a not smooth surface and I can't get the kickstand down and it kind of is like sliding, and I'm really worried that I'm going to have to be dealing with like 400 pounds of dead weight. And just like at that point, I'm just like, oh my God, this could be it. This could be the time I drop my motorcycle in front of everybody at the farmer's market. So for that, I've noticed that just like backing in the bike, taking that little extra time to just back it in, usually will kind of negate any kind of effects that a slanted surface will give you. But I've had some close calls either way. Sometimes I'll just be like, nope, not parking here, just going to find a different spot. But, I've been doing that, just getting more cognizant of just where I'm parking and what kind of surface it's going to be, or if it's going to be like soft enough for the kickstand or anything like that. But yeah, that's it, guys. Those are the mistakes that I've been making, the common ones. Luckily, nothing stupid like, really the stuff that's going to get me killed. I know a lot of, I shouldn't have made up that story about me rolling stop signs. I feel like I shouldn't have even done that for all of you riders out there that just, I just do as I say, not as I do. I'm going to preach that. And, I hope you guys thought that was really funny, that joke that I told about me running stop signs. It's just obvious. It's just obviously ridiculous. Like, why would you ever do something like that? It's not only is it unsafe, other people find it annoying when you roll a stop sign, especially these Karens of the world, I mean, I wouldn't know because I always stop at stop signs, but I think like sometimes I've seen other people roll stop signs and, people will like give them the death stare, like, oh, he didn't come to a complete stop. You're a little hooligan. You should go to jail. I just, I get it. I mean, if it's not really like affecting you in any way, I don't know why you get so worked up about it. But again, this is completely hypothetical. I mean, I've seen it happen probably, in all my years of driving, but I always stop at the stop sign. So guys, if you have any questions for me, just let me know. Any comments, if you guys want to know more about how to come to a perfectly complete stop when you're riding a motorcycle, just let me know because I'm a professional at it. And that's it, guys. That's How Vu's mistakes when riding video. 8-9 months into my riding journey for 2020. And hopefully I'm going to cut down on all these mistakes. So thank you, guys. Let me know what mistakes you guys make when you're riding. Maybe make me feel a little better. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.